Hey guys, have you ever stopped to think about what your most valuable possession is? I mean, we use so many things every day, but sometimes we don't realize which ones really mean to the most to us.
That's a really interesting question, Santiago. To be honest, I did not think, but now that you mention it, I would say my wallet is probably my most valuable possession. I have had it for about 3 years now. It's special because my dad gave um, it to me when I graduated from high school. I wasn't just a regular gift. It felt like he was saying, "You are become an adult now." And every time I look at it, I remember how proud he was that day. It's more than just a wallet for me. I represent that moment.
Whoa, that's great history, Gerardo. It's amazing how something so practical can carry so much meaning. For me, I think the most valuable thing I own is this keychain that my best friend gave me. We went on this trip together about 8 years ago, and he bought it as a souvenir. It's not worth much in terms of money, but every time I see it, I remember that trip and all the fun we had. I think it's the sentimental value that makes it so special.
Yeah, that's true. It's often the things with sentimental value that we hold closest, even if they're not expensive. Maybe, for example, in my case, my most valuable possession is a notebook, a kind of notebook I've been reading in since I was 15 years old, and I bought it myself because I've always loved reading. But over the years, it's become much more than just a notebook. It's a field with my thoughts, ideas, my experience, no? Right? And sometimes I read what I wrote back then, and it's incredible to see how much I've changed. Right? It's like a journal, but it's also a record who I've been and who I've become.
That's amazing, Santiago. It must be so interesting to look back and see your own ground. But in terms of how things and what you have gone through, in a way, that notebook is like a piece of your personal history. My wallet doesn't have that king of the book to me. It symbolizes my transition in my life, going from being a teenager to someone who was starting to manage his own money and responsibilities. It's a simple object, but it marks an important chapter in my life.
I think that's the point. It's not about how fancy or expensive something is, but what it means to your personality. My keychain is the same way. It's just a small thing, but it represents so much more. It's a symbol of my friendship with my best friend, and every time I see it, I remember all the good times we had together, and I wouldn't trade it for anything, even though it's just a small everyday object.
Exactly. Right? That's what makes these things so valuable. For me, my notebook is more than just a place to write things down. Maybe it's a kind of reflection of who I was and who I am now. And every page has something important, even if it didn't seem that the way at the time I wrote it. Now looking back, I can see however little things, thought, or idea contributed to my growth.
You're right. It's the emotional connection that really gives value to these things. If I lost my wallet, it wouldn't be the money or the cards that I would we miss the most. It would be losing the connection to my dad. And that moment when he gave it to me, it's a reminder of significant time in my life.
Okay, I totally get that. If I lost my kitchen, I really upset too. Sure, I'd still have my friendship with my best friend, but the kitchen is a physical reminder of everything we've been through. Losing it would feel like losing a part of our history, like a piece of our friendship was missing. It's crazy how much we can attach to simple objects, but they really do hold a lot of meaning.
Yeah, it's funny how we hold onto these things because of the memories they represent, right? I wonder though, how do you think you would react if you actually lost it? You or will it really affect you that much?
Honestly, I think feel pretty bad. Like it's just kitchen, but it's so much more than that to me. It will feel like I lost something irreplaceable, even though it's just a small item, but at least I still have that memories, right? No one can take this away. Still, I hope I never lost it. It's such a special thing for me.
Hmm, same here. Losing my wallet would be tough, not because of the money or anything like that, but because it's connected to such important memory. I would feel really sad, but like Joaquin said, it still have the memory of my dad giving it to me. That's the part that really matters at the end.
Yeah, I think you guys are right. Even if we lose something valuable, the memories and the emotions behind it stay with us. Right, and those are things that the longest still I'd be devastated if I lost my notebook. In my case, it's like a part of me is in there, and all those thoughts and ideas over the years, it will feel like losing a piece of myself.
Yes, it's funny, but I think we don't always realize how much these things mean to us until we imagine losing them. I've never really thought about how important my kitchen is until now. I'd already upset if it were going, but it also reminds me to appreciate it while I still have it.
Yeah, this conversation has made me reflect to two. It's like I knew my wallet was special, but I didn't fully grasp how much it really means to me until we started talking about. Sometimes take a little reflection to realize what we value the most.
Yeah, I agree. I think after this conversation, I'm going to appreciate my notebook even more. It's not just about what's already in it, but about what I'm going to add to it in the future, right? It's still growing just like I am, and there's still so much I haven't written yet, and that's exciting to think about.
Yeah, same here with my kitchen. I'm definitely going to look at it with more appreciation now. It's funny how we forget how important these little things are in our everyday lives. This conversation has definitely made me think more deeply about it.
Me too, me too. It's been really interesting hearing your stories. It's amazing how something as simple as a wallet, a notebook, or a sorry, can have so much meaning attached to it. These aren't just objects, they are part of our life stories.
I couldn't agree more. This has been a really insightful conversation. I'm glad we talked about it. Yeah, and sometimes it's good to pause and reflect one of the things that really matter to us.
Absolutely. Thanks for sharing, guys. It's been great hearing your stories and thinking about the things that are important in my life too.
Yeah, it's been a great conversation, guys. I think we'll have our learning some time from this. It's always nice to take a step back and think about what's really valuable.
Well, I guess we should wrap it up now. And I'm really glad we had this chat. It was fun reflecting on these things with you guys.
Me too. This was a great conversation. I'll see you good soon.
Take care, guys. I was fun talking with you. See you around.
See you later, guys.